gives it a very small piece, a very small area of the development. So if you'd like to go over and say hi to some of these people here, I'm sure they'd be very happy, even though you've just won an election. Surely.
Thank you very much.
see you. How are you?
Thank you. Mr. Savage.
Good to see you. How are you? How are you?
What's the guy's name you're talking to?
Just drop the camera. We're not going anywhere. Just drop the camera. You guys are all going to trip over.
Hey, let's go.
Bonjour. Monsieur le Président.
Welcome after your picture. You need to go, you got water. No, that's what he wanted. Mr. Clinton went right down
Vous l'auriez lâché, là.
Friendship, it was a great part of me to have the thing, and I keep it with me.
Yes.
And I thank you very, very much. Thank you, friendship. Bernadette. Bernadette. Salut le grand chef.
Thank you, and I hope you have a
Thank you so much.
Et le Premier ministre.
Have a good visit.
I think I'll see you later on this evening at the art gallery.
How are you? terre.
Guard! General salute! Present!
Avec moi.
Bienvenue dans une des plus vieilles maisons du Canada. Alors, si vous voulez vous...
Ah, merci.
Signer ici.
Ici. Alors, merci. Bravo. Merci.
Audio check, 1, 2. International Broadcast Theater, test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll go to the head table.
The Foreign Minister and I agreed to hold another meeting this September of the so-called 2+2 talks, that is, meetings of the U.S. and Japanese.
Should have waited a bit more.
Yes, why not? Were you from here? Oh yeah, Halifax. We were lucky and the weather is perfect. It wasn't too perfect this morning. This morning, no. She got all the old ladies from my district praying. Is that? It's nice to meet you, sir. Thank you. podium.
Guard! General salute! Present! Up! Guard! Soldier! Up!
Please sit down.
Thank you. Thank you. Sign just in the center there.
Thank you.
Above your name. Above the
Come outside. And already the president of the community is there.
Guard, general salute, present! Out! Guard, shoulder! Out!
sign in the middle. In the middle. Just above his name.
Go outside.
外に出ましょう。
Very proud to have so many distinguished visitors here and the others. It's better to go in a smaller town because they appreciate much more. Summit in Tokyo, nobody will pay attention. I was talking with President Clinton a few minutes ago, and he told me that you had a good meeting with him this afternoon.
数分前にクリントン大統領と電話でお話しいたしましたけど、今日の午後ですね、大和総理とまた良い会合をなさったと言っていらっしゃいました。
Yes, it's one of the oldest in Canada. Natural port. This is the city where all the immigrants came. When they were coming from Europe, they all arrived in Halifax. Hundreds of thousands of Italians came right here. Oh yeah. But when the French came, this was French, English, many times, change over. Oh, it arrived when the English came for good. Before that, it was called l'Acadie. D'où vient le nom les Acadiens. Vous verrez sur le mur à l'intérieur, il y a les gouverneurs de l'Acadie qui étaient français. Les Acadiens, ils ont été déportés. Stéphane était tanné des guerres. Ils ont pris les Français et les ont envoyés aux États-Unis. Dans des bateaux. Mais ils sont revenus. Nova Scotia, we're going on the podium and they will be
Right.
a little...
Like me on your left, will you?
No, on this side.
Guard, General Salute! Freeze on! Out! Guard, soldier! Out!
So somehow we have to sign it. Like you just gave me a very important autograph.
Goodness. There we are. Thank you very much.
So our friends, some are already outside, waiting for you.
Nice to see you again.
Very nice.
Responsible.
His eyes in the organizing. When did you come in? Yesterday or today?
No,
Arrived today.
Yes. I just I arrived
I decided to come early so that I can reach you all.
He was here before I arrived.
I'm pretty sure. Yes, I understand. Well, yesterday was heavy rain and tired. Well, I decided to chase away the bad weather so that you can have the good.
It's always sunny weather. They had it paper out summer.
Because it's always raining.
What is this house?
This is Lieutenant Governor mansion. It was built 200 years ago. Building. Knew what a few months ago, so you have no choice. He moved from Clark.
General salute! Present! Good shoulder!
Outside having a drink.
Yeah.
So you had a good trip? Yeah. Can you please sign this souvenir?
Just get it. So.
Cool. Oh, some of our colleagues.
Very nice to see you again.
Also du hast auf dich gebeten.
Chrétien, you've been praying very hard.
Ah, very much, very much.
Because the weather's getting better all the time.
You know, Chancellor, I said to your colleague earlier that in my district all the old women have their rosary on the la corde à linge. I always say that in English. You know when...
Haben Sie den Rosenkranz rausgenommen?
Vorne in meinem Wahlkreis habe ich den Rosenkranz gebetet die ganze Zeit.
Für dich?
I have my doubts about that. They can such length for you.
None of this anti-British sentiment. Don't normally start that till later.
Was fällt dir?
It's beautiful. Really beautiful.
Ich habe heute schon mal eine Hafenrundfahrt gemacht.
Took a trip round the harbour.
Try to reduce the size of the summit. It's coming in a smaller now.
Ich habe versucht zu unterstützen.
Yeah.
Ich war nicht überzeugt.
Always a problem with coalition government. I think that
Coalition government's a very bad thing, aren't they?
Ich habe eine bequeme Regierung.
Can I say that? I am a coalition government. I am a coalition government on my own behalf.
Hör mal, das erzählt ja eine schöne Geschichte. Nach 10 Tagen.
voulez venir avec moi, nous allons sortir le drapeau canadien, français. Je vais aller à gauche.
Guard, General salute, freeze and up! Guard, soldier, up!
Vous voulez entrer, Monsieur le Président? Vous avez fait un bon voyage? Excellent. Voilà de l'Acadie. 1603 à 1750. Si vous voulez, je vous laisse signer ce chemin. Merci beaucoup. Précieux souvenir pour nous tous. Merci beaucoup. Nos collègues nous attendent de l'extérieur.
Very good to see you. I'm very well indeed. Good to see you.
Bonjour.
General Salute, present! And
You're all outside waiting for you.
well,
in Sarajevo. And the ambassador of Germany in Sarajevo was told by the minister of
I can get off now.
find a solution to the automobile and auto parts questions through the consultation in Geneva. He, at the same time, stated that he cannot conduct a consultation on the basis of American internal law. Apart from that, he said that the Japanese delegation will be instructed to do its very best to try to work out this difficult issue. I think more or less these are two subjects which I try to identify. We're anticipating your strong interest, but perhaps if in the course of your questions I'm quite happy to touch upon other matters which might interest you. Having said this, I'm quite happy to take your questions. Yes, please. Could you use the microphone over there?
More specifically on the auto talks, what was the Prime Minister's reaction?
Would you mind if you could identify yourself?
George Condon, Copley News Service. What was the Prime Minister's reaction when the President said there would be no extension of the June 28th deadline?
But I think I gave you my answer when I try to give you a detailed explanation of what has transpired. In other words, he regrets very much indeed this sort of unilateral action. In other words, the setting of the date is quite naturally unilateral action in accordance with the Article 301 of the trade law. Oh, excuse me, I may have to add one thing. The dateline, the date is fixed, but this is simply a reflection of American domestic law. Yes, lady, please.
On that exact point,
could you identify?
I'm sorry, Jill Doherty with CNN. On that last point, does that mean that the Prime Minister sees no legitimacy to the U.S. viewpoint that it can assess sanctions on Japan? And what are the implications for further discussions? Can it only be done under the WTO regulations?
Perhaps, again, I have to repeat the same statement. In other words, in the view of Japanese government, the announcement of sanction list is a unilateral action which we cannot approve of. Therefore, we decided to take up the case to the WTO, which is multilateral organization. Both the United States and Japanese government have spent so many years in order to set up this international organization. And as you may know, perhaps, the United States government has agreed to start the consultations at WTO. But if you don't mind, perhaps I should add a couple of things. Before the Prime Minister came to Canada, there was an announcement made in Tokyo to the effect that both governments had accepted to have the second round of consultations at Geneva. And at the same time, we propose to have a consultation at the Vice Minister level. And this consultation also takes place in Geneva. So our Prime Minister does think that, well, through this particularly Vice Ministerial level consultation, we should do our very best to try to find a practical solution to the dispute before us.
Bud Jorgensen, Financial Post. Did Mr. Hashimoto and Mr. Kanta meet earlier today on this issue of the auto trade? And if so, can you tell us what was discussed?
Well, I'm not really a spy master. I appreciate the keen interest in this sort of a thing. To the best of knowledge, there was no encounter whatsoever between Minister Hashimoto and Ambassador Kanta. But let me remind you that these two gentlemen are present at the bilateral summit. But of course, the summit takes place between the President and the Prime Minister without letting others take up the floor. In other words, no conversation exchanged between these two distinguished gentlemen.
With McClatchy Newspapers, could you please clarify what the Japanese position would be after June 28 if U.S. sanctions do go through? You mentioned that you, of course, don't recognize the unilateral legitimacy of unilateral action. You want to settle at WTO. Would you simply continue after June 28 if sanctions proceed with your case at the WTO, or might Japan use unilateral counter-moves of its own?
Well, this is a question which I anticipated. It's not quite an easy question to answer, but today, the 15th June, and as I said, there will be a vice ministerial meeting starting on the 22nd. Like my Prime Minister, I do hope that there will be a good progress made at this level. I'm sorry to say that I should, at this moment, avoid answering what I term rather hypothetical question. Sorry, I cannot recognize you.
Hello. Gary Jean-Curie, Financial Times. Two questions of clarification, please.
Oh, yes.
The first one is, have the United States accepted the proposal for the meeting on the 22nd between vice ministers? And secondly, Japan, I think, has repeatedly said that it's not prepared to negotiate on this issue, while the United States maintains the proposal for sanctions and also demands numerical targets. Can you explain how you can have negotiations while saying that you're not going to have negotiations while the American position remains unchanged?
Well, I think, the first question is so factual, so simple. The answer is the United States government has accepted the holding of consultations. The second question, of course, has to be explained from two angles. One is that both governments have agreed to hold the second round of the consultation at WTO, in other words, in accordance with laws and regulation of WTO. This is standard multilateral consultation. Another consultation has nothing to do with this WTO consultations, even though it does take place at the same place. And also approaching that we are not holding this consultation under the threat of Article 301, but finding ourselves in the state of impasse, we have decided to explore every possibility through holding this sort of consultation. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Bill Clifford, Knight Ridder Financial News. Since Japan has experienced its own brand of terrorism through the sarin gas attack on the subway system and the letter bomb to Governor Aoshima's office, and since Japan is prepared to make a strong statement on the French resumption of nuclear testing in the Pacific, didn't the Prime Minister miss an opportunity to respond to Mr. Clinton on the Iran question, and what will be the future of Japan's loan program?
Well, hearing your question, the first portion, I really thought that you would be interested in knowing our position regarding the international terrorism, but of course your context has, is related to Iran. So let me explain to you our policy, taking this opportunity. Our position is that we should not isolate Iran, because after all, Iran has its own important geopolitical position, and we should like to see moderates gaining power in Iran. So we are not fully in favor of the policy characterized only by sticks. Now, coming back to your question rather precisely, our position was communicated to the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo on the 9th June. And you may recall that the United States government asked almost all the relevant governments to cooperate with Washington with respect to the imposition of economic embargo against Iran. We made the following points to the U.S. government, which I should like to enumerate here. Firstly, we think that it is not quite proper to isolate Iran and to force that country moving towards a more extremist direction. Secondly, the Japanese government think that we should be very prudent about regulating private commercial transactions by the Japanese private sector with Iran. Thirdly, we made it quite clear that the Japanese government also share the concern with other members of the international community regarding the conduct of affairs by Iran. Fourthly, we told the U.S. government that as we continue to apply a very stringent regulation in accordance with the international agreements when it comes to the question of export of materials which might be utilized for the production of weapons in Iran. Lastly, we also told the U.S. government that it is the intention of Japanese government to continue to work to make our representation to Iran for the purpose of dispelling the concerns commonly held by the international community. So in other words, this position of Japanese government was already clearly stated through diplomatic channels to the U.S. government. Yes.
Robin Blumenthal from Dow Jones Investor Network. Sir, you stated that Prime Minister Murayama had said that with regard to the unilateral action that the U.S. had taken, that the Japanese government couldn't intervene. But if the WTO case rules against Japan, will the Japanese government take action to open up these markets?
Well, I think, rather unfortunate enough, I don't mean to challenge you, but we should like to say that our market is sufficiently open. But of course, this answer doesn't have any relevance to your question. But let me state that since we have decided to take up this matter at the WTO, and if the verdict is given someday by this international organization, we are going to be bound by the ruling of WTO. In other words, after having spent so many years, finally we have established this organization. Therefore, whenever there are trade disputes, and if they refer to the WTO, we are in the hands of WTO. And this is the way we have to play the game. Yes?
My name is Jae Gyu-sun with the Korea's Yonhap News Agency.
Yes.
I'll ask a question about North Korea.
Oh.
You just mentioned that North Korean nuclear was among the topic between
yes.
the two leaders of both countries, and President Clinton in the news conference just mentioned that Japan promised to make a significant contribution to supply North Korea's light water reactor and alternative energy resources.
Mm-hmm.
So, concerning that, would you please, if it's possible, give me some more detailed explanation and what's the Japanese position about the contribution which was mentioned by President Clinton? Thank you.
Well, I think throughout this conversation between the two leaders, the question of North Korean nuclear issues were discussed. Well, in the sense that both governments welcome the agreement reached recently between the United States and North Korea, and also they made a point that this matter is a good example of a tripartite cooperation, in other words, the cooperation among Japan, the United States, and South Korea. This is more or less the points made by these two leaders, but let me be more specific about the question when you made the point that the Japanese government is prepared to make a significant contribution. I think this is certainly quite true, but perhaps you may know that we are not yet in a position to know exactly the total cost of the project under consideration, because thanks to the agreement reached at Kuala Lumpur, I'm quite sure that KEDO, Korean Peninsula Energy Development Organization, has to negotiate with the North Korean authorities, and eventually KEDO will have to send survey team to North Korea. And through conducting on-the-spot survey, I can tell you that we shall be in a position to know exactly how much money we have to share, and in that case we must determine how much Japan has to contribute. So at the present stage, I can't give any figure whatsoever. Perhaps you should give the floor to another gentleman who's, yes.
Bud Jorgensen, Financial Post. Did Prime Minister Moriyama have a report on the sarin gas attack that he brought with him to the bilateral meeting today and that he has for the heads of government?
Well, in this bilateral summit, where time was so much limited, of course, I'm given to understand that reference was given to this sarin nav gas attacking the subway system, and of course, Japanese Prime Minister just wanted to call the attention of the President of the United States so that this sort of international terrorism should be taken up at this Halifax summit. Well, I think it's rather premature for me to say this, but I'm given to understand that our Prime Minister will talk about this question, and he will express the intention of the Japanese government to share the information and knowledge which we sadly had through investigating this sarin case in Japan. Yes, please.
Bill Jones from Executive Intelligence Review. One of the prime focuses of discussion at the summit will be the reform of the international financial institutions. I think the Japanese position was somewhat explained today in briefings where there was called for no essential reform of the financial institutions, but that certain things must be done. I wonder if this was touched upon at all in the bilateral, the question of the reform of the financial institutions. And secondly, it seems that both President Clinton and the Prime Minister after the meetings again reaffirmed that the overall relationship between the two countries is not going to be negatively affected by the trade issue, including the security relationship which exists. I wonder if there was any more details discussed on the development of that security relationship with regard to North Korea you mentioned, but in not any other instances, if this was also a topic.
Well, I understand that as far as I know, judging from the debriefing which I had in Japanese, it does not seem to me that this question of reforms of international financial institution was touched upon. I'm quite sure that this is high on the agenda at this summit, so perhaps for that reason the matter was not taken up. Regarding the point you made in the second portion of the question, both leaders reconfirmed on this occasion that trade issue should not impair good overall relationship between the United States and Japan, which would not quite naturally include the security aspect. But I understand that not very specificity was made with respect to the security affairs on the fall, but I may add that Prime Minister made reference to the question of United States bases in Okinawa. The Japanese government asked for the return of 3 major bases, and we are now seeing the possibility of having 2 or 3 being returned to the hands of Japanese government. Some reference was also made by the President Clinton himself with respect to the question of bases on Okinawa, but at the same time he made very specific reference to the very generous policy of sharing military expenses by the Japanese government. This is what we term as host nation support, and gratitude was expressed in this respect. In other words, well, I quoted these instances which show certainly a working security relationship between the United States and Japan. Perhaps I should...
Peter Norton, the Financial Times. A little while ago we heard from Mr. Rubin, the American Treasury Secretary, that he and Mr. Takamura had reaffirmed the April G7 finance ministers' statement on currency turbulence, that they'd reaffirmed the idea that currencies were out of kilter and that there should be an orderly reversal. Now, is that the limit of Japan's ambitions for a statement on the foreign exchange currency situation, or will Japan be pushing for even more at the summit? And then if I could, and if so, what? And if I could ask another small question, you mentioned that the meeting lasted an hour and a half between the Prime Minister and the President. Roughly how much of that time was spent on the auto issue? Thank you.
Well, but the last question is quite interesting, because irrespective of nationalities, when it comes to gentlemen from journalism, they ask the same question. The same question was asked during the briefing session in Japanese. And so let me quote what was stated by Deputy Chief Cabinet Secretary. Approximately 1/5 or 1/6 of the time spent at the summit was related to the question of automobiles and auto parts. 1/5 or 1/6 of the time spent was related. So, well, I'll let you calculate the exact amount of time. I was so hasty, I failed to do so on your behalf. Regarding the meeting between Treasury Secretary and Finance Minister, I admit to say that I have not yet received the readouts, so I find it rather difficult to comment on that. But still, I will say that well, summit is not not such a place to discuss the question of currency matters. For instance, I think these matters left to the discussion among the finance ministers of G7, and also to the governors of the central bank of G7. So I think we are very much aware of the scope of summit in this regard, judging from the past experiences. Yes, sir.
Yes, Christopher Micah from the Straits Times. I wonder whether the issue of the French resumption of nuclear testing in the Pacific was raised at all during the meetings between President Clinton and Prime Minister Murayama, and also whether Japan has decided on any further responses to this issue.
Well, this announcement of conducting nuclear tests by the French government was not taken up at the bilateral summit. The position of the Japanese government was already announced, and I had the chance to explain to your colleagues yesterday at this place. And also, I noted the position of the United States government, which was announced by the White House yesterday. And in a nutshell, we regard this announcement of the French government very regrettable, particularly concerning the fact that after so many years' efforts, we could have the NPT regime extended indefinitely, and on that occasion there was certainly a consensus among the nuclear powers that there should be a maximum restraint which should be exercised in order to observe moratorium until the negotiations on CTBT are to be completed. Because according to the Article 6 of NPT, the nuclear power states are required to conduct nuclear disarmament. Therefore, the feelings of those non-nuclear states which work so hard at New York seem to be betrayed by this announcement. Maybe the last question, because I have another engagement.
Bill Simons from Business Week. We also heard from Treasury Secretary Rubin that he expressed the view, and I believe President Clinton may have as well, that in the view of the U.S., the recent economic measures taken by the Japanese government are not doing enough to stimulate the economy, and that more is needed to improve the performance beyond the current anemic level. What was the Prime Minister's view on that subject?
Well, I should not say we. The Japanese Prime Minister, think that the Japanese government has done so far all that it can. For instance, for this fiscal year, the Japanese government has announced 6 trillion worth of tax cuts. This is a tremendous booster, economically speaking. And secondly, the Japanese government announced approximately 1,000-point deregulation action program. And the implementation of this program was at the outset for the period of 5 years, but considering this high appreciation situation, the government decided to shorten the period of implementation, and also the Japanese government intends to review the deregulation action taken on a yearly basis. And thirdly, the Central Bank of Japan lowered the official discount rate, which now stands at 1%. In addition to these measures which I just described, the Japanese government was successful in having the supplemental budget approved by both houses for this fiscal year. This budget stands at 2.7 trillion yen. In other words, all the conceivable financial measures were taken by the Japanese government. Now simply we have to see the multiplier effect of the fiscal measures taken by the Japanese government. This is precisely the points made by the Japanese Prime Minister. Mesdames, Messieurs, peut-être il est assez tard. J'ai enfin un autre rendez-vous. Je m'excuse. Et demain, je crois qu'il y aura une conférence presse par notre Premier ministre. Bon, n'hésitez pas de profiter de cette occasion-ci pour lui poser des questions, pas pour moi. Merci, je vous souhaite une bonne soirée.
building right in front of the door on the back of the cemetery. Partly open. You know if that building was checked?
Mesdames et Messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on behalf of a group of seven heads of government who we discussed tonight at dinner, and they have asked me to come and read to you this statement. I will read the statement in English, et après ça, je lirai le document en français pour les gens de langue française, et ce sera au nom des 7 chefs de gouvernement qui sont réunis ici à Halifax. At a time when all information indicates that there is a danger of renewed intensification of fighting in Bosnia, in particular in Sarajevo, we send out to all the parties a strong call for the greatest restraint. We appeal to the Bosnian Serbs and to the Federation of Bosnia-Herzegovina to establish an immediate moratorium on military operations in order to allow political negotiations, without which no lasting solution is possible, to resume as quickly as possible on the basis of the contact group proposals. We call upon the Croatian government and the Krajina Serbs to refrain from all military action and to resume the negotiation process. To promote this resumption of negotiations, we express our confidence in Mr. Bildt and Mr. Stoltenberg, whom we invite to visit the area very quickly to this end. Alors que toutes nos informations indiquent qu'il existe un danger réel d'une intensification accrue des hostilités en Bosnie-Herzégovine, en particulier à Sarajevo, nous adressons à toutes les parties concernées une mise en garde formelle pour exiger la plus grande retenue. Nous demandons aux Bosno-Serbes et à la Fédération de la Bosnie-Herzégovine de mettre en œuvre immédiatement un moratoire sur toutes les opérations militaires afin de permettre une reprise, le plus tôt possible, des négociations politiques sur la base des propositions du groupe de contact, sans lesquelles aucune solution durable n'est possible. Nous demandons instamment au gouvernement de Croatie et aux Serbes de Krajina de s'abstenir de toute action militaire et de reprendre le processus de négociation. Afin d'appuyer une reprise de ces négociations, nous exprimons notre confiance à l'endroit de messieurs Bildt et Stoltenberg, à qui nous demandons de se rendre dans la région très rapidement à cette fin. As Prime Minister of Canada, I have to express that we are preoccupied about the 11 Canadians who are still with some mobility, but in the impossibility of quitting the area where they are. We want to tell the Canadian people that we are negotiating the release. They have some freedom at this moment, but it seems they cannot find a way to return to their base at Visoko, but we are hopeful that it will be able to be achieved within a few days, if not a few hours. Je voudrais dire aux Canadiens que, comme Premier ministre du Canada, je suis préoccupé dans les circonstances du sort des 11 Canadiens qui sont encore avec peu de liberté de mouvement. Ils ont avec eux leurs armes et tout ça, mais ils ne peuvent pas quitter l'endroit où ils se trouvent présentement. Nous sommes en négociation pour qu'ils puissent retourner à leur base dans les plus brefs délais. Et nous sommes confiants que le tout pourra se produire dans les jours ou les heures qui viennent. Alors, I will not take any question. I've been asked to come here and read this statement on behalf of the 7 leaders that were meeting here tonight. We will have occasion to meet you tomorrow. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
President Clinton joined leaders from the world's 6 other richest industrialized countries today at the annual G7 Economic Summit in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Overshadowing today's opening session, the United States trade dispute with Japan. Washington is threatening to impose sanctions on Japanese cars in less than 2 weeks if Tokyo won't open its auto and auto parts markets. President Clinton met with Japanese Prime Minister Tomoichi Moriyama for 90 minutes today.
In any relationship as broad and deep as ours, there will always be differences. But the United States and Japan agree no one issue, no one difference will allow us to undermine our alliance or stop us from pursuing our shared goal and our common interests. Our two great democracies will never rest in our pursuit of a better, a safer, and a more prosperous future for all of our people.
Both men say they are hopeful for a breakthrough when trade negotiations resume next week in Geneva.
This is Mrs. Levanier. She was in Hakodadi. And this is the mayor, Mayor Fedora. She was there for a year and a half and visited Hakodadi. Yeah. Yeah.
This is Rachel Fairbatch. She's the
none that you would call. I was asked about them. I took my own. Oh, you? Yeah. Oh, I have for 6 months. I don't. When do you get them? I think that's what we're going back on. Are you rolling on this, young fella? No. Oh, there's the prince. Probably gave it to I'm gold. Already? I think so. Mike. Mr. Christopher, the fighting continues in Bosnia. Did they not hear? Minister Willett, the fighting continues. To you after. And they have their these things are sitting on it.
How are you?
MLAs, your worships, aldermen, we have the president of the Somme branch and the president of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Youth for Global Unity, other special guests, and everybody with us this morning. It is my great pleasure and privilege, Youth for Global Unity, and we are extremely grateful to all partners. Please join me in giving our special guests a warm It is now my pleasure to call on
No. Oh, no. There's a lot of the fact that the cottage that I have as Prime Minister every night in the summer, 2 or 3 beavers come to visit me on the beach. They come and they eat some grass. And it's always at the same time, and I stop the dinner and I say to my guests, why don't you come and visit my beavers and come to say hello to me? And there's only 1, 2, or 3.
Second tap.
It's great. Deer and bluebirds. Oh.
was still merely a dream. Today, that dream becomes a reality. The three levels of government represented here today work closely together with the work that you and your governments are completing this weekend in Halifax. I thank each of you for your participation here today and wish you the best for the remainder of your visit here in Nova Scotia. Thank you.
Ron, I'm now going to ask Premier John Savage to come forward to bring greetings from the province of Nova Scotia. Premier Savage.
Your Worship, Ministers, MP Ron MacDonald, and I was just talking to Rachel, it's just about 6, and it owes much of its push to the levels of government, but it also owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to Rachel, and I think we should acknowledge that in no uncertain terms. It's a very important statement to anyone who's interested. It is a statement of our commitment to build a community that embodies caring values, that understands that Dartmouth is part of a larger global community, which unfortunately is not always peaceful. As many of us have found, nobody more than this monument is an important symbol of the human values that govern our lives. And we need these reminders. We need to see them. They need to be tangible for them to impact on us through peace in years to come.
Thank you, Mr. Premier. It is now my great
Your Worship, Mayor McCloskey, Mr. Premier, Member of Parliament, dear colleague Ron MacDonald, Rochelle, who spoke so eloquently, and my fellow Foreign Minister, ladies and gentlemen, I could not think of a better way to put our work, Foreign Ministers, in perspective and give our discussions a sense of focus than indeed by inaugurating together this World Peace Pavilion. Only a reminder of the importance of peace, but should also remind us that the pursuit of peace is a shared enterprise. The World Peace Pavilion, built from rocks, bricks, and sand, and seashells from over 70 different countries, is a symbol of the strength that can be achieved from international cooperation. We must use the opportunity this summit represents to reaffirm our commitment to multilateral cooperation and to the institutions that serves us. We need, now more than ever perhaps, strong, credible, multilateral institution that can meet the challenge of the next century. The people of the world, we must strive to make, in particular on the occasions of the 50th anniversary of the United Nations and the other multilateral organizations, fulfill their aspirations for peace and mutual understanding. Mais notre passé, mais bien notre futur. I want to congratulate in the forefront of peace in the world by building this monument here, but also by inviting foreign ministers dedicated to peace to participate in this ceremony today. Thank you very much.
Alors, 1, 2, 3. Voilà.
On le laisse tomber, voilà.
Right before the
Okay, guys, that's it. Go. Britain is there. Italy. Big down there.
Thank you.